Grabe Can we drop that?
Si Regina yun.
Inulit pa, no?
Dominated by, big story girls.
Pero huwag kang mag-alala kasi hindi naman sasabihin ng kakatabi mo niyan. Na she got
Stop that na. Stop. Worse.
Is that allowed?
What?
Is that allowed?
Of course.
Is that husband and wife?
Di lang pang sports, pang news pa.
Baliktad.
Baliktad pala. Di lang pang big story, pang play-by-play pa.
Mamaya, palit tayo, dito ka naman.
Pwede. But thank you again to the girls of the Big Story. What a show. Great show today. Thank you to Ate Gretch, Tita Sean, and Madam Regina. On the show tonight, we've got updates from the NBA and the PBA Commissioner's Cup, plus basketball star Troy Rosario. I've been wanting to have him on the show. He'll be guesting live via Zoom to talk about joining Ginebra and returning to the Gilas Pilipinas pool.
And we've also got some volleyball news, scores from the PVL All-Filipino Conference, and some heartbreaking news for the USC Golden Tigresses ahead of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament.
It's going to be a packed show today. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Pauline Verzosa, sitting in for Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves. Timberwolves puts it up. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stopping another one. Baculas rejecting Estejo for the win.
The Boston Celtics once again show why they're the reigning champions of the NBA. They absolutely destroyed the Golden State Warriors here and in San Francisco, taking the win by 40 big points, 125-85. This is the worst home loss for the Dubs in 40 years. The C's made a splash in front of Steph Curry himself, dropping 20 three-pointers on a 41% shooting clip. Those were more than enough to bury the misfiring Dubs, who went 14 for 53 from deep. Jason Tatum leading Boston's balanced attack with 22 points to go along with 9 rebounds and 7 assists. 5 more Celtics scored 10 or more, while 2 others had 8 markers. Curry was the only Warrior who hit double figures, finishing with 18 points. Boston stays second place in the East with 30 wins and 13 losses. Golden State, meanwhile, falls further outside the West play-in tournament with 20 victories and as many defeats. After the game, Tatum talked about winning on Martin Luther King Day and the Celtics title defense.
JT, as you get ready for a game tonight on MLK, how does it feel to be on a big stage like this?
It's an honor and a privilege to be able to play the game that I love. On MLK Day, honoring him and his family and all the things that he did and sacrificed, for us to be able to do what we love.
All-Star break is right around the corner. We call this the dog days of the NBA. What do you feel about where you guys are trying to repeat?
Not looking past anybody, right? It's January, middle of January, whatever. And just like we did last year, just trying to get better every single day. Whether it's practice, travel day, or game, all we focus on is the next game.
Speaking of the next game, tonight you guys took advantage of knowing that the Warriors are short-handed. How big is that for you to get rest and now play the whole fourth quarter?
Those are some of the tricky games in the NBA when, guys got some star players out, other guys get a different role, and we fell victim to that a couple of times this year when, guys' best players, some of their stars been out. So just trying to lock in from the beginning, and everybody that played and guys that came off the bench did a hell of a job.
Meantime, still in the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies win an electrifying showdown against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Grizz unleashed a furious fourth-quarter rally to come back from 7 points down with 6 minutes left in the period. Final score here, 108-106. Jaren Jackson Jr. led the Grizz in the clutch. He scored 15 of his team-high 24 points in the payoff period. Triple J came up huge on the glass as well as he grabbed 11 rebounds. Meantime, Desmond Bane finished with 22 markers, 6 boards, and 5 assists. While Ja Morant also made an impact by chipping in 19 points and 7 dimes. The Wolves were without Dante DiVincenzo due to a big toe injury, although they did get a combined 61 points from Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid in the loss. The Wolves are now 9th in the West as they suffer their 21st setback in 43 games. The Grizzlies are in the top 3 of the conference with a 28-15 win-loss slate. At the post-game press conference, Memphis head coach Taylor Jenkins broke down their gutsy victory.
We just finally got our legs, our mind, whatever it was. These last couple games have been tale of two halves for us for sure. I think both teams were definitely struggling in that first quarter, and even that second quarter, low scoring affair, just kind of sluggish both ends. And we started finding a little bit of groove in the third quarter, but we just kept pressing upon. Like we got to have some breakthroughs with our pace. We know it starts with our defense. Their second chance points were hurting us in moments. Then we get a couple steals, deflections. We get out, we run, create a little bit more movement in the half court. Luckily we found our juice. In the fourth quarter, our guys were trying, they were competing, just like we were just kind of stuck in mud for the first 2.5, 3 quarters. And luckily in the fourth quarter, it's against this team that it's hard to score against, to get 37 points and big time performances by Jaren, Ja, Dez, especially late in the game, just figuring out to put them in different spots. We get a couple of offensive rebounds. Bench was struggling throughout the game, but we had some spark moments, in the fourth quarter. And then when we brought the other guys back in, they definitely carried us to a nice victory at the end.
6 more NBA games on tap for you tonight.
And here are the results. LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges both scored 23 points to lead the Charlotte Hornets past the Dallas Mavericks 110-105, extending their winning streak to 3 games. The Detroit Pistons hold off the Houston Rockets 107-96. Jalen Brunson's 34 points fuels the New York Knicks past the Atlanta Hawks 119-110.
Meanwhile, the Cleveland Cavaliers dominate the Phoenix Suns 118-92 behind 33 points from Donovan Mitchell. The New Orleans Pelicans staged their biggest comeback in franchise history, overcoming a 25-point deficit to steal the victory from the Utah Jazz in overtime, 123-119. And lastly, Zach LaVine and the Chicago Bulls snapped a 5-game slide by stunning the LA Clippers 112-99.
And from the NBA, let's bring it here at home soil. Let's move on to the PBA Commissioner's Cup, a lifeline for the Blackwater Bossing as they keep their playoff hopes alive after stunning the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Blackwater overcame the absence of injured key players, including their import, to get the 100-92 victory. Veteran JV Casio showed his vintage form here as the Bossing played without reinforcement George King, who twisted his ankle in their previous game against Converge, and rookie Cedric Bearfield also was nursing a foot injury. Casio finished 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals to earn Best Player honors. Phoenix did try to rally in the fourth quarter, but ultimately fell short. Meanwhile, import Donovan Smith dropped a game-high 32 markers for the Fuel Masters, but was slowed down by Jewel Ponferrada in the endgame. The Bossing now climbed to 3-8 in the elimination round with a slim chance of sneaking into the quarterfinals. Meantime, the Fuel Masters dropped to 3-9, although they technically still have a chance to advance. At the post-game press conference, Coach Jeff Carriazo summed up his squad's crucial win.
I think the first thing I'd like to say, Belle, is I'm really super just proud of these guys tonight. I can't express how proud I am because of the fight, the focus, right? Obviously, the energy, you can't do anything without energy, and the ability to work together, work together. So when it's an import conference, it's always harder when you don't have an import, no? So we didn't know until 30 minutes before the game that he wasn't going to play. So that was already a sting to us. But the idea of the guy just stepping up, everyone from 1 to 15 stepped up and just ready tonight and just gave their hearts out. And I couldn't be any more proud of this team.
In the other PBA game, the Northport Batang Pier are looking to fortify their bid for a top 2 spot against the San Miguel Beermen. Northport quickly jumped to a 10-2 run, paving the way for a double-digit advantage at the end of the first quarter, 36-22. That man right there, Kadeem Jack, getting out of the box early, hitting his first 8 shots en route to 17 opening period points. The Batang Pier maintained their hot shooting and solid defense to take a 69-52 lead at the half. Jack already with 27 points, missing just 2 of his 14 shots after 24 minutes. Sheesh. It is now the fourth quarter of the match, and the Batang Pierre are still ahead. Northport is through to the playoffs, but are looking for that twice-to-beat edge. The Beermen badly need the win to improve their hopes of securing a spot in the playoffs, as they are currently the 8th seed.
Well, Andre, there's still more exciting action in the PBA Commissioner's Cup tomorrow. Let's take a look at the schedule. The TNT Tropang Giga will try to get their 7th victory in a row with a take on the winless Teta Firma G at 5 in the afternoon. A win for TNT will increase the team's chances for a top 2 finish in the elimination round. Then at 7:30 p.m., 2 teams will try to boost their campaign ahead of the quarterfinals as the 7th-seeded Barangay Ginebra San Miguel battles the 6th-seeded Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Both games will be at the Inara Center in Antipolo, but you can catch them live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. All right, coming up, Ginebra big man Troy Rosario talks to us about his change of scenery in the PBA, as well as his return to Gilas Pilipinas. That and more when Play-by-Play returns. Keep it here on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play, only on One News. Big man Troy Rosario has so far lived up to expectations, Pauline, after transferring to Barangay Ginebra, coming from Blackwater, of course. And thanks to his impressive play, well, Troy has earned a spot in the Gilas Pilipinas pool for that last window of the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers happening next month.
And ahead of what would be a busy schedule for Troy, let's catch up with the man himself live via Zoom here tonight on Play-by-Play. Hi, Troy. Good evening. Can you hear us okay? Ayan.
Clear ba kami, Troy?
Thank
Clear?
you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
Clear naman, yeah.
Thank you.
Clear
I know
naman.
you have a pre-game workout. That's why he was supposed to guest, di ba, live sa studio.
Yes,
Lagi
yes.
nagpa-promise to sa akin eh. Actually, pagkausap kita lagi sa phone, tinatanong niya lagi, sino kausap mo ang tagal? Si Troy.
Lagi yung nagme-message si Andre sa akin eh.
Oh, no, but we're so thankful you finally found time to talk to us tonight. As we said, no, napaka-busy nung upcoming schedule ng nag-iisang Troy Rosario, of course, with Barangay Ginebra and Gilas Pilipinas. Pero unahin muna natin, Troy, sa Ginebra. You've already played 10 games with this team so far dito sa Commissioner's Cup. How's the experience so far from you? I remember, nakausap pa kasi kita nung September when negotiations were happening, di ba? Nasa Blackwater pa si Troy noon. Sabi niya, ang iniisip mo kasi talaga noon was the future of your family.
Correct.
And now here you are, a Gin King, part of one of the most popular, if not the most popular team in the PBA, right? So Troy, kamusta naman yung experience mo so far with Barangay Ginebra?
I'm so happy and grateful naman sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa buhay ko. Lagi naman sabi ko, kahit ano pa naman yung mangyayari, blessing sa akin. So, isa na yun pagka-sign ko sa Ginebra. At ngayon, yun na, napasama pa sa Gilas School ulit. So, ano pa ba maano ko ngayon taon na to? Sobra-sobrang blessing dumadating sa akin. Pero, syempre, kailangan ko pa rin pagpatuloy kung ano yung mga ginagawa ko kasi yun naman talaga nagdala sa akin dito.
Troy, tinitingnan ko yung stats mo in 10 games for Barangay Ginebra. Ikaw ang leading local. Siyempre, Justin Brownlee, matik yung Brownlee. Siya yung leading scorer ng Ginebra. Siya din ang leading rebounder. Brownlee is averaging 24.8 points per game and 10 rebounds per game. Ikaw naman, ikaw ang leading local ng Ginebra. 13.5 points per game and close to 7 rebounds. 6.8 rebounds per game, close to 2 assists per game. May steal pa, almost 1 steal per game, almost 1 block per game. So far, kung iisipin from the outside looking in, looking at your numbers right now also on our screens, wow, fit na fit si Troy Rosario dito sa Barangay Ginebra sa sistema ni Coach Tim Cone. Ikaw ba masasabi mo na naka 100% na kumbaga naka-adjust ka na or ano pa lang, patikim pa lang to? We're just at the tip of the iceberg. May gaganda pa yung samahan mo with Barangay Ginebra.
Well, in terms of yung familiarity siguro sa system, medyo ano na, nasa lagpas 50% na siguro. Marami pa dapat akong matutunan. Araw-araw ako sa practice laging may baon ako pa uwi na natututunan eh. So sa tingin ko, as the conference goes by, siguro mas marami pang mas magandang mangyayari sa team. Pero syempre sa akin na rin.
Well, Troy, alam mo, as Andre mentioned, no, ang ganda ng nilalaro mo and sakto lang yan as a Barangay Ginebra, of course, tries to solidify its spot or strengthen its bid. Diba, quarterfinals, they're right around the corner, malapit na mag-playoffs. But before that, Troy, may dalawa pa kayong game. First is rain or shine, bukas na yan. Tapos sa Meralco. But heading in tomorrow's game, Troy, ano ba yung mindset ngayon ng team knowing na syempre gusto nyong mas maganda yung placing nyo sa standing sa papasok ng quarterfinals?
At matitindi yun, ha? Rain or shine and Meralco,
Yes.
mabibigat yun.
Well, yung last 2 games namin, importante sa amin kasi ang alam ko parang may chance pa kami sa twice to beat if ever we get these 2 wins eh. So, ang mindset talaga namin makuha yung panalo bukas kasi yun ang isa sa mga pinaka-importanteng game sa amin kasi ahead sila sa amin, the standing. So, a win tomorrow talagang magiging malaking boost sa amin lalo na pa-playoffs na.
Troy, alam kong excited yung Barangay Ginebra fans. Lahat masaya dito sa Ginebra. Pasadahan ko lang ng bahagya itong Gilas Pilipinas. Siyempre, alam naman natin yung head coach mo sa Barangay Ginebra, Coach Tim Cone. Siya din ang head coach ngayon ng Gilas. Of course, si Governor Coach Al Francis Chua, siya din ang team manager ng Gilas Pilipinas. So ngayon, balik Gilas ka. Kasi naalala ko, nagkausap tayo, nagkaroon ng time na hindi niya na inakala makakabalik ka na ng Gilas, di ba Troy? Parang, alam ko 10 years ka na, 2015, una ka naglaro sa SEA Games, para to represent the Philippines. Tapos, naglaro ka din 2022, yung last, yung nag-silver. Di ba, sa Hanoi, 2021, 2022. Tapos, naglaro ka din for Coach Tim Cone, 2019, dito yon. So ikaw, inakala mo ba, sa lahat-lahat ng pinagdaanan mo na babalik si Troy Rosario wearing a Gilas Pilipinas jersey?
Well, kahit ako, hindi ako makapaniwala na nakabalik ako sa Gilas kahit nga sa pool lang eh. Nagulat talaga ako nung pinausap ako ni Boss Al at ni Coach Tim na kumbaga sabi yung injury daw ni Kai tsaka ni Kiambao malaking ano sa team. So kakailanganin nila ng isang big man. So tinanong ako kung willing ako, kung gusto kong maglaro or mapasama sa pool. Sabi ko, oo naman coach, oo naman boss kasi bakit ka naman hihindihan yung bansa ako, di ba? Kung ako naman yung gusto nyo isama sa pool, eh bakit naman ako hihindi, di ba? Tsaka hindi na rin siguro ako dyan sa Gilas team kasi may experience na rin naman ako playing international.
Speaking of your international experience, Troy, gaano ba ka-competitive itong pool na to? Kasi there was a quote from you na sinabi mo nga na chance mo ito para i-redeem yung sarili mo. Kasi nga yung last stint mo, 2022 SEA Games, silver lang. So you're looking at this talaga as a chance for you to redeem yourself. Pati, alam mo rin, di ba, na parang kailangan pa pagtrabahuhan yung final 12 na slot.
12,
Hindi lang siya yung parang automatic na yun, di ba? Gaano ba ka-competitive yung field ngayon? And how would you describe yung mga young guns?
Yeah.
Not saying na isa ka na sa mga...
Veterano na siya kasi, hindi na siya
Hindi, pero di ba? Kasi 10-year veteran na sa
Yes.
Gilas.
Alam mo naman yung skills ngayon ng mga bata eh. Yung bilis nila, medyo hindi na rin tayo bata. Tapos, kumbaga, naisip ko parang nung sinabi sa akin ni Coach, parang sabi ko, ako na yata isa sa pinakamatanda doon . So, hindi gaya dati na ako yung pinakabata. Ngayon, ako na yung pinakamatanda. So, sabi ko, talagang kung gusto ko mapasama sa Final 12, talagang pagtatrabahuan ko yung slot na yun, yung 12, pang 12 man, kung pang 12 man ako. So, magigipag-compete talaga ako sa mga mas bata sa akin ngayon.
Troy, bigay ka lang ng pangalan. Kayo ka-excited na makalaro dito sa Gilas?
Siyempre, Carl Tamayo.
Carl Tamayo. Parang ikaw din kasi.
Nakita ko rin naman siya dati sa NU. Sa NU Bulldogs. Alam ko galing din sa NU Bulldogs yan bago mag-UP. So, hindi ko pa siya masyado nakakalaro eh. Siya talaga yung parang tinitignan ko na excited ako na makalaro, makasama siya sa court.
Parang ikaw din kasi yun, big man, can stretch, may mga galaw, may shooting, tama. Ganda yun, ha? Carl Tamayo, pareho pang NU. Troy, maraming salamat ulit sa oras mo. Good luck bukas, Barangay Nebra, and good luck sa Gilas. Maraming salamat, brother.
Thank you, Troy.
Bisita ka minsan dito. Thank you, brother. Belated happy birthday. Kay Troy Rosario, birthday niya ngapon. Coming up here on the show, check out Terrence Romeo, not as a player, but as a coach. More details about TR7's newest gig when play-by-play returns only here on One News. You're watching play-by-play only here on One News. Welcome back. Tough break for the USC Golden Tigresses as prize spiker Jonah Perdido will miss the UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball Tournament. USC's official publication, The Varsitarian, reports Perdido underwent surgery to repair an ACL tear on her left knee on Monday. Perdido is expected to miss 6 to 9 months of action as she recovers. Her absence is a significant blow to the Tigresses. She played a key role in the runner-up finish in UAAP Season 86. Perdido hurt her knee during an awkward landing in USC's 5-set loss to FEU in a bronze medal match of the Shaky Super League preseason championship last November. The UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball Tournament will start on February 15th.
And a new chapter for the Signal HE Spikers starts with a straight sets win. Signal beat the Galleries Tower High Risers 25-17, 25-20, and 25-19. It was the HE Spikers' first match since the departure of veteran players Ces Molina and Riri Meneses. Newly minted team captain Don Catindig led by example here with 19 excellent digs and 4 excellent receptions. Meantime, the Creamline Cool Smashers continued their unbeaten run with a sweep of the Capital One Solar Spikers. Final score 25-19, 25-19, 25-18. The Cool Smashers improved their perfect record to 5-0. And lastly, the Petrogas Angels complete the reverse sweep against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers for a 20-25, 20-25, 25-23, 25-15, and 15-7 victory. Cherry Tigo was actually 2 points away from completing their own straight sets win, but Petrogas woke up just in time to gain momentum. Myla Pablo scored 18 points on 15 attacks and 3 blocks.
Busy day for sports today. We've got plays from the PVL, the PBA, and the NBA tonight's highlight reel. So hindi lang basta NBA ngayon, ha? May PBA pa, may PVL. Let's start with the PVL. Long rally here between the Signal HD Spikers and the Galleries Tower High Risers, 20-14. Take a look at this long rally. We're gonna dig it up, and then maaangat pa ulit to, and then cross. It will end up with Don Macandili, and then the set, and then the finish by Vanny Gannon. Up. Akala mo tapos na, mabubuhay pa ulit. Then it's back here to Signal. Let's see. And then Gander with a tip. There it is. That finishes that long rally. It all started with Julia Coronel digging up Jackie Acuna. And then mapupunta sa Galleries. Tapos babalik ulit. So, props to both liberos, Alyssa Eroa and also Don Macandili Catindig. Dive din doon ni Eroa to save the ball there to give Galleries some life, pero tinapos na ni Vanny Gandler. The HD Spikers would go on to sweep the High Risers for their 5th win in the conference. Woo! This time, a quicker play. We promise, still in the PVL. Pati Orendin with the serve. Alyssa Valdez-Ofinom with the first pass, and then to Tots Carlos for the finish with the cross court. Don, napagod ako dun sa long rally. Ito, that was a quick finish for Tots Carlos. Welcome back to you, Tots. She made her return for the Grand Slam champs after missing out on their final 2 games in 2024. And Creamline going on to sweep the Solar Spikers here to remain undefeated 5-0. Sorry, Lai. Sorry, Tots. Welcome back to Tots Carlos. Nice to see Tots Carlos back here for the pink shirts for Creamline. Kita nyo naman. Tots Carlos, iba pa rin talaga pumalo. Now, from the PVL, let's move to the PBA. Phoenix versus Blackwater in the first quarter. Let's take a look at this play. Muyang, the toughen who drives, the spin. What a move, but he misses there. The tap will be recovered. Tapik, mapupunta ulit kay Toughen. And then Hazul na paganda pa. Over to their import. Woo! Believe it or not, that was the only assist by RJ Hazul, and it is also to their import to Smith. That was a good pass to Donovan Smith by RJ Hazul. Smith had 32 points, 9 boards, but Phoenix loses this one though, 100-92. Tough game. On to the next one, this time from the PBA. Talo naman tayo to the NBA. Let's go. Look at Cade Cunningham. Woo! Splitting the defense there. Take a look at that play again. We go to the third quarter. He split that defense between Şengün and then Amin Thompson, and then going all the way. That's why he's an all-star, folks. That is why Cade Cunningham, former #1 pick, is an all-star. He has bloomed, and the way he's playing for Detroit, man, Cade Cunningham, vote for him. 32 points for Cade tonight, 9 rebounds, 7 assists to lead Detroit against Houston in Houston's home floor as well. And that slam, woo, Cade Cunningham. Woo, Cade, chaos in Houston. Okay, now let's go to Zach LaVine. Let's take a look at this play. Powell, miss. Giddy, I had to Lonzo Ball. Whoa. Now to, basic. Napakamatic for Zach LaVine. Gliding smoothly. Look at that. Former slam dunk champ. Just easy, effortlessly. Zach LaVine dunking there. At the rack attack, 35 points on a Clippers drop by Mr. LaVine. And the Bulls win 112-99 against the LA Clippers at their brand new Intuit Dome. Okay. No more, hindi ko na mapiliin kung play. All right, I don't think we have enough time.
Yeah, but welcome back to Tots Carlos. It's nice to see
it's nice
her
to
back
see.
in
Nga pala,
action in
UP.
the
Yes,
of course,
yes.
UP
Yeah,
fight
UP
tayo
connection.
dyan. All right, but before we go, you can now call Terrence Romeo Coach 2. Well, check out TR7 calling the shots for the PSP Lady Gymmers in the inaugural season of the Women's Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, or MPBL. Fellow PBA players CJ Perez, Arvin Tolentino, and Vic Manuel were also part of Romeo's coaching staff. Unfortunately, the Lady Gymmers narrowly lost to the Imus Lady Magdalo 70-73. 14 teams are competing in the inaugural WMPBL Invitational, serving as a precursor to the league's transition to professional status later this year.
You know, I've always thought of Terrence, he would be a great coach. Usually naman mga point guards talaga, mga great coaches din talaga yan. So Terrence Romeo, you know, and props to the kids. Of course, you're gonna listen.
Of course.
Terrence Romeo,
Of
diba?
course.
Paano bang...
The man with many moves, with 1,000 moves.
Right?
Congratulations to Terrence.
That's right. And that's all from us tonight, but you can catch us again tomorrow at 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live app.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Pauline Verzosa, sitting in for Cheska Litancalo. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.